The long 6-year exodus of Boeing 737 MAX jets from Moses Lake has finally come to an end. Recently, the last 737 MAX parked at the facility adjacent to Grant County International Airport finally departed on its way to join the global fleet of active airliners. Putting the airframe into service symbolically closes one door on a troubled chapter in Boeing history and the history of the MAX series. As many of you will already know, it was in 2018 and 2019 that we saw the fatal crashes of Lion Air and Ethiopian Airlines 737 MAX jets, respectively. This led to a complete halt to deliveries. However, the production continued for a little while as Boeing had initially predicted that the groundings would be lifted in a matter of months. However, as time dragged on, Boeing began storing hundreds of brand new 737 MAX aircraft at the airfield in Moses Lake, investing in the airport facilities and relocating staff to support the mothballed fleet. The total number of stored jets peaked at 450 airframes during the global grounding of the MAX fleet and suspension of deliveries as Boeing worked on a fix to its MCAS system. Flight Global's coverage also states that about 200 of the mothballed jetliners were parked at other airfields around the United States. Those airfields were in the San Antonio, Victorville, and Puget Sound areas. As noted earlier, Boeing relocated a workforce to Moses Lake to support the upkeep of stored airframes and delivery preparations for aircraft cleared to be released. The final delivery of the backlog inventory means Boeing can wind down this side of its operations. Per Flight Global, the following statement was released by Boeing through its internal news system. With this departure, all 737 MAX airplanes stored beginning in 2019 have been reactivated for delivery, marking the beginning of the end for 737 MAX storage operations, a 6-year effort involving more than 450 737 MAX airplanes. The final long-term storage 737 MAX 8 that departed Moses Lake is for Air China, according to Flight Global. The aircraft first flew in 2019 before being parked due to a combination of regulatory oversight measures, the COVID-19 pandemic's air travel halt, and finally, tense trade relations with China over tariffs. In fact, the final 20 of the stored aircraft were all slated for Chinese airlines. Boeing Chief Financial Officer Brian West hoped to have the inventoried aircraft delivered by the end of 2024, as a report by NW News Network recorded in early 2023. China-bound aircraft were the last to be cleared by regulatory authorities to resume normal flight services, which further compounded the delayed delivery timelines on top of the myriad of other obstacles. The final delivery took place half a year later than anticipated. So, what do you think of this milestone for Boeing? Let us know by leaving a comment. In addition to our daily YouTube videos, Simple Flying publishes over 150 articles every week. If you're looking for the latest aviation news and insights, visit simpleflying.com.